We are back now with an I-Team exclusive.
I'm a senior citizen. I sold a house after 40 years. This was going to be my ever after, you know? And while I was sitting on that deck, thinking that they were laying the floor, for 5 minutes, I said, by tonight I'll be in here. By tonight I'll be able to bring my things in because the flooring will be down. And that's when that gentleman said, Miss, come, I have to show you this.
A woman from Wallingford says her home improvement project turned into a nightmare when the contractor caused an oil spill in her home. She set up the project through Lowe's, but says the home improvement giant would not help.
That is until the I-Team got involved here. Chief Investigative Reporter Eric Parker takes us through exactly what happened next.
When installers arrived to put a new wood floor in her cape in Wallingford, Michelle Stein felt like she was close to enjoying her new home. But minutes later, a nightmare began.
They were here 5 minutes, and they came and called me. And they had severed a oil line that was in the wall, the door frame.
The house is on a concrete slab, so the oil tank is in the garage, and a pipe runs right to the furnace. She bought the floor and arranged the project through her nearby Lowe's store, and says everyone from the salesman to the contractor they sent knew the deal.
Everyone knew that this had no basement, this house had no basement, and the oil line was in the flooring. Everyone that came in, I had that discussion with them. I showed them where the pipe went to the utility room where the furnace was. I'm confident that everybody was well aware of that.
And yet they cut it 5 minutes into the job?
It was 5 minutes later.
Panicked, Stein managed to find the valve and stop the leak, but more than 20 gallons of heating oil had already spilled.
August 11th, they cut into a pipe and they leaked 20 gallons of oil. We're standing here in February and I can smell it.
Can you smell it? It's much better now because we had air purifiers, 3 or 4 of them I think, that ran 24/7 for months. You could not pull up on the street in front of my house and not smell that. Your throat would burn, your eyes would tear when you came in, so it's much better, to tell you the truth, but you can still smell it, obviously.
That sounds bad, but it's not even the big issue. Stein made a claim with the installer's insurance company, who came out and agreed to repair the oil damage, but they found asbestos compound in the walls.
This company that did the accident doesn't have asbestos coverage in his insurance.
Because you paid Lowe's and they sent out a crew.
Yes.
She called Lowe's and said they told her the installation contract terms were clear, that she had to take it up with the installer and they couldn't and wouldn't help. Stein couldn't afford asbestos remediation, so the whole project has been at a standstill.
I've lived with relatives, friends, and I can get no resolve.
Because they're telling you unless you foot the bill for the remediation, nothing's happening.
Correct, because they do not have the coverage for it.
So the house sits, and despite day after day of phone calls, emails, and pleas for help, nothing has been done.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go.
The I-Team reached out to Lowe's at their corporate headquarters in North Carolina. That same day we called, Michelle Stein heard from a Lowe's insurance adjuster. In less than a week, they visited the property and say they'll make this right. Lowe's sent the I-Team a statement saying, quote, "We are working with Ms. Stein to resolve her concerns. Lowe's requires all partnered independent contractors to be appropriately licensed for the type of work they perform. All installation services are guaranteed by a minimum 1-year labor warranty."
Since the I-Team reached out to Lowe's, there has been a flurry of activity, and for the first time in months, Stein is hopeful she'll move into her home soon. But the work still needs to get done. We'll keep you posted on the progress. With the I-Team, Eric Parker, Channel 3 Eyewitness.